With your local and area news this morning, I'm Justin Mott. On March the 20th at approximately 9 a.m., Sergeant Detective Faulkner was notified by the Center Middle School resource officer, Shad Sparks, that a student there arrived and showed signs of physical abuse. Center police officers arrived on scene and met with Principal Henson and the child's teacher, Matt DeVoe. Mr. DeVoe stated that the child had come to school all year long wearing long attire. He also informed officers that the child was special needs and 12 years old. Earlier that day, he had his students doing exercises and asked the child to take off her jacket because it was hot. He then noticed several circular burn marks on her arms. He then let officers know that there had been several previous reports filed with the Child Protective Services regarding the child's hygiene and cleanliness. The school had made several attempts to contact the parents, but the child's father would not speak to school officials nor would allow anyone in the home to speak to the school when they came to the residence. The police interviewed the little girl, and she claimed that her brother, Session Garcia, was in a gang, and as she put it, are in a gang and do bad things. She claimed he, along with his neighbor and fellow gang members, held her down and prodded her with what she called a hot stick. She was taken to Nacogdoches, Texas to meet with a SANE agent, Lisa King, and a further exam was conducted. Ms. King noted that the child had hygiene issues and there was a small tear on her genitals. Tercian Ariero Garcia was arrested by the Center Police Department on the charges of engaging in organized criminal activity, aggravated assault, and or assault causing bodily injury to a child, elderly, or disabled individual. 2 other juveniles were also arrested. He has since been transferred to the Shelby County Jail, where he is currently incarcerated with a total bail set at $140,000. Now, moving along in your arrest report this morning in Shelby County, Jacqueline Ingram, age 50, of Joaquin, theft of property. Ashley Trail, age 26, of Porter, criminal trespass. Kenneth Beam, off County Road 4679, criminal trespass. And in St. Augustine County, Benjamin Brian Odom, possession of a controlled substance. In your obituaries this morning, services for Rita Ann Graves of Timpson were held yesterday at the Mount Olive Cemetery in Timpson. Services will be held for 39-year-old Rene Rubio Munoz of Center this Saturday from 4 to 8 p.m. at the Mangum Funeral Home. His body will then be sent to Mexico for burial. Graveside services for 96-year-old Lola Grace Campbell of Huxley, formerly of Illinois, will be held this Saturday at 1 p.m. in Oddfellow Cemetery in McLeansboro, Illinois, with Reverend Mark Briers and Reverend Robert Bud Seifield officiating. Visitation will take place 1 hour prior to the graveside service in Illinois. Services for 102-year-old Miss Blanche Bernard of St. Augustine will be held tomorrow at 1 p.m. at the Taylor Tabernacle, with Reverend George Simon officiating and Brother Patrick R. Keefe as the eulogist. Interment will follow in the New Hope Cemetery. Visitation and wake will be held today from 12:30 to 6:30 p.m. at the Gardner & Sons Chapel. Services for 82-year-old Mr. Charlie L. Yarborough of Timpson will be held this Saturday at 11 a.m. at the First Assembly of God Church in Timpson, with Reverend Cedric Grace officiating. Interment will follow in the New Liberty Cemetery in Garrison. Visitation will be held today from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Community Funeral Home Chapel in Timpson. Services for 91-year-old Miss Willie Mae Consford of St. Augustine will be held today at 2 p.m. at the Wyman Roberts Chapel, with her grandson Joe Consford officiating. Burial will follow at the Old Salem Cemetery. This has been your local and area news.